In this video, we're diving into the most unbelievable moments caught on camera. Moments that will leave you questioning reality itself. From jaw-dropping feats of nature to astonishing human achievements, these are the clips you have to see to believe. Armed with his trusty axe and a determined spirit, he set out into the heart of the forest, intent on chopping down just one tree. Little did he know, his quest for firewood would unleash a comedy of errors that resulted in a forest fiasco of epic proportions, leaving woodland creatures pondering if they should start billing him for the unintended landscaping service. A bustling city street came to a standstill as a raucous troop of monkeys paraded through, their antics drawing laughter and awe from onlookers who couldn't believe their eyes. The lead monkey even seemed to be directing traffic with a banana. Dio se luja podjakavala, visoki valovi numoljivo sudarali utrap broda. Saljusai turnsnis kraljesnis kakainis kusnijim monarima koji siso kujnitski dazali ogradama, new hovi povasai is goblieni u tutanjavi oloj nogmora. Their attempt to cross the river using a makeshift rope bridge took an unexpected turn when one swung wildly, causing both to tumble into the shallow stream amidst cheers and chuckles. Together, they spun a tale of love and laughter, proving that every challenge can be overcome with creativity and joy. What started as a casual afternoon turned into a competitive spectacle, as families and neighbors raced to see who could spin the merry-go-round the fastest, using nothing but their own strength and laughter as fuel. As the crowd watched in awe, she performed a breathtaking backflip off the cliff, torches casting enchanting shadows on the water's surface as she landed with a splash, her fearless display earning admiration for her athleticism and showmanship. After mesmerizing the crowd with her dance, she turned heads with a daring dive into the pool, sparking cheers and applause from everyone around. The sheer audacity of attempting to navigate the desert like a rally champion was not lost on me or on the bemused cacti that seemed to lean back in silent mockery. As I careened through the sand, more sideways than forward, I couldn't help but wonder if my erratic driving style was secretly admired by the desert lizards, who likely had a betting pool going on whether I'd make it past the next dune without toppling over. As we zoomed down the roller coaster, her wig flew off like it was auditioning for a new ride, leaving us all wondering if it would stick the landing. Thunder roared, followed by a dazzling lightning bolt that stunned even the neighborhood cats mid-chase. Her living room transformed into a dance arcade, where her moves on the floor tiles mirrored the virtual dance steps on the TV screen. The explosion unleashed a flame so enormous, it prompted the local firefighters to consider adding dragon taming to their resumes. It was a roller coaster ride of emotions for the twins, one napping peacefully, the other screaming with delight, creating a hilarious scene of sibling contrasts. Diving through narrow underwater passages felt like a thrilling game of aquatic hide-and-seek. Every twist and turn brought a new challenge, like squeezing through nature's own obstacle course. It was an exhilarating blend of precision and adventure, where each corner held the promise of uncovering underwater secrets. Going down a water slide is like a brief but exhilarating journey from "I'm terrified" to "let's do that again." Admiring the sunset was interrupted by a dust cloud rolling in Mother Nature's way of saying, "Hold my beer." Her roller coaster video was a hit, showcasing a roller coaster of emotions from sheer terror to exhilaration as she braved the twists and turns. As the military plane's cargo bay doors unexpectedly swung open mid-flight, it unleashed a whimsical cascade of cars, turning the sky into a chaotic car carnival. Drivers and passengers alike found themselves plummeting towards Earth in what could only be described as the world's most extreme drive-through experience. After that thrill ride on the carousel's edge, he needed a moment to collect his nerves and his stomach. Witnessing him defy gravity and glide down the stairs on his hands was a moment that blended awe with a touch of comedic flair. Being vertically advantaged turned into a slapstick comedy as he unwittingly starred in the roller coaster's impromptu head-bopping session. He took on the role of a thunderous conductor, signaling when nature's percussion would strike. Cool as a cucumber, he savored chicken nuggets mid-plunge on the freefall ride, proving that even thrill rides couldn't rattle his appetite. Descending into the underwater world, he navigated through a kaleidoscope of fish, feeling like an honored guest at their aquatic party. As the carousel spun faster and faster, he found himself overwhelmed by the whirl of colors and motion, until finally, he succumbed to the dizziness and drifted into unconsciousness. Amid the chaos, intrepid photographers and curious onlookers ventured to capture glimpses of the sandstorm's fury, their cameras capturing moments of nature's raw power as the sitter braced against the relentless onslaught of wind and sand. Alright, folks, who's brave enough to take the plunge down this rainbow rocket ride? It's like a trip to Candyland, but with more twists and turns. Imagine hundreds of air mattresses dancing through the neighborhood like oversized tumbleweeds, all thanks to a powerful gust of wind. Amidst the chaos of screams and flailing arms, he's the Zen master of the roller coaster, capturing his serene face as if he's meditating on a turbulent ride. Looks like the tiny motor decided to audition for the role of Cloud Machine. Riding a roller coaster that throws you off the tracks and then pulls you back in is like a wild dance with gravity. Whoever carved this portrait on the tree branch must have had a lot of time on their hands and some serious skills. Talk about a bathtub adventure. Those two girls racing in mini-dubs turned the track into a water park. They made a splash in more ways than one. It was surreal. Those guys swimming in a frozen lake through ice cubes, like they were part of an oversized cocktail glass. Talk about an unconventional swim. The water slide became their battlefield of laughter and rescue missions, as he unexpectedly launched off the mattress, prompting his friend to leap into action like a hero in a slapstick comedy. Watching him rock one-legged weight training makes you rethink what strength and determination really mean, definitely not your average gym routine. Amidst the twists and turns of the roller coaster, a phone lands next to him. Guess he's not the only one on a thrilling ride. Champagne in hand, they raise their glasses on the frozen lake, only to watch them glide away like Olympic figure skaters. As he zoomed down the Aquapox rainbow slides, it seemed like he hit a secret speed pad this close to taking off into the water. He peeked out mid-flight, surprise. Strapped in on the chairlift, he's rolling tape on an avalanche racing down the neighboring peak. Looks like nature's staging its own blockbuster, and he's got the best seat in the house. Watch him glide on those super bouncy balls. It's like he dodged a hailstorm, or are those berries rubber? He set up an impromptu water slide by the lake, using a tarp down the slope. Riding down on an inflatable tube, he accidentally launches a small black dog like a rocket into the water. Caught on camera, this angler filming the chaos of a stormy night, where the waves are treating his boat like a dance floor they weren't invited to. Thought I filmed a meteor shower, but it was just my neighbor's drone crashing into a pinata convention. When she tried to capture the moment, even the heavens couldn't resist adding a dramatic flair. He rocketed down the slide with such speed that his trajectory seemed to defy the laws of physics and float with the neighboring pool. He captured the epic battle of bulldozer versus silo on his phone, proving once and for all that size does matter, especially when you're one misstep away from becoming a YouTube sensation. Trying to impress his friends, he played catch with a volcano, but it turned into a game of volcanic ping pong. Armed with a colossal beer bottle that seemed to mock the laws of physics, he tackled the rugged terrain with a mix of determination and humor. As he navigated the rocky path, the bottle swung like a pendulum, drawing incredulous stares from onlookers who couldn't decide whether to applaud his audacity or question his sanity. In a dramatic twist of weather, lightning struck the church bell, creating a thunderous scene caught on camera. Walking his dog took an unexpected turn when they stumbled upon a tornado, turning their outing into an impromptu storm-chasing escapade. Military paratroopers crammed into an airplane like sardines. It's a sight to behold. Capturing the moment, he framed the tornado bearing down on him, a terrifying spectacle unfolding in front of his lens. Do you prefer the sea or the mountains? A blue Lamborghini pulls out smoothly, then a white pickup truck sneaks in from a blind spot and crashes. Classic timing. Take a look at this. A man's metal sheep pen on wheels is rolling through the streets, giving his flock a unique sitter tour. Ever seen a military Humvee make a grand exit? Watch as it struts off the ship and makes a splash into the sea. At first, it looks like a rooftop trying to play peekaboo. But don't worry, this tough guy surfaces with all the flair of a sea monster, proving even military hardware can have a dramatic entrance. So, this player in the game dodges a sheriff's car and speeds through a red light. But in real life, would you get away with that kind of stunt? Spoiler, not unless you're looking for trouble. A giant seashell now serves as a mobile garage for a Bugatti. The owner backs the car in, and the shell closes up like a clam. Who knew parking could be this shell-tastic? A motorcyclist with an overstuffed trailer full of boards tries to climb a steep hill. As the front of the bike lifts towards the sky, the boards start flying out, creating a board shower that turns a tough climb into a hilarious mess. Who knew an uphill ride could be so entertaining? Waiting at a light. This guy films a car with exhaust pipes so massive they extend far above his vehicle. It's an exhaust sight to see. This couple on a motorcycle has a new look. A rain poncho from Alibaba that's so big it completely covers them. They're swerving all over the road, looking like they're driving blindfolded. Caught in action, the guy and his girlfriend are on a motorcycle ride home from the club, and things are getting steamy. She's straddling the bike facing him, kissing him passionately while he tries to keep his balance. Who knew a motorcycle ride could turn into a high-speed love fest? Spot this fun ride. An elderly woman is driving around town in her vibrant yellow four-wheeler. She's clearly making her commute a lot more cheerful. Take a look at this inventive ride. A pickup truck with doors that open like a space shuttle and a lift that pops out from underneath. It's like someone decided that accessibility should be as cool as it is functional. Here's a classic case of oops. A cement mixer driver stops at a red light, and instead of a smooth stop, he ends up spilling concrete all over the road. His trick's now unintentionally paving the street, turning rush hour into a construction site. This guy's cycling with a glass display case on his back. It's like a mobile museum on wheels. In his black Jeep, he's cutting through the tall grass so that only the roof shows above. It's as if he's completing a high-stakes mission and making a grand exit from the wild. In his green Lamborghini, he goes from 0 to oops in seconds. One moment he's racing, the next he's hugging a wall. More oops and oh no, than Fast and Furious. Using his car's spoiler as a grill, flames from the exhaust are perfect for steak, dinner while driving. Stuck in the mud with his sports bike, this guy's new ride looks more like a giant, very pricey mud pie. It's as if his bike decided to test its off-road capabilities in the least convenient way possible by getting hopelessly stuck. Two massive black and white SUVs are battling it out in the lane, each refusing to let the other in. It's like a heavyweight showdown where neither wants to give an inch literally. Making TikTok videos while her car's in motion. If her passengers weren't there, she'd be left behind with no car. She's dancing her way through a slow-motion adventure. While cruising near the airport, he films a plane that looks like it's chilling in the sky. Either he's got some serious aerial camera skills or that plane's showing off some new tricks. In a flood that left everything submerged, this resourceful painter is strolling across the water on wooden planks, looking like he's crossing the Nile. Once he reaches his car, he casually tosses the planks onto the roof, proving that necessity really is the mother of invention. Watch as this rider cruises down the street with more than 50 chickens perched on his bike. It's a mobile bonyaard. Talk about taking chicken transport to the extreme. This guy's in the parking lot trying to impress everyone with his donut skills, spinning around like he's auditioning for a car dance show. But instead of a standing ovation, he gets a tire explosion. Talk about a dramatic exit. Get ready for an unforgettable sight. This gigantic military truck is puffing out smoke like it's been borrowed from a volcanic eruption. It's like a factory decided to take a sitter tour, leaving behind a thick, dramatic cloud of industrial haze. Imagine cruising through town and spotting a guy on a bicycle pulling his dog on a skateboard. It's like a furry version of a float in a parade. His dog's getting a free ride while looking cool on wheels. Picture this, 3 bikers leaning so far to the right in a desert gale that they look like they're practicing for a sideways dance routine. The wind's having a blast playing with their balance. Looks like this guy skipped paying for gas. His Redtrix fuel cap is hanging out, making his getaway pretty obvious. Living by an airport where planes swoop so low, you feel like you're on the runway. It's an amazing view with every jet that passes. Check out a rig wedged in the city center, dragging a van that was parked wrong. A real traffic jam. Here's a sight. A car barely holding together after 10 crashes, with no doors, no trunk, and a wrecked rear, yet it's powering through the village like a true survivor. Hold on to your seats. We've got another jaw-dropping clip of a truck carrying an impossibly tall load, slamming into a highway bridge with all the grace of a bull in a china shop. It's a high-stakes game of will it fit? And spoiler alert, it definitely does not. You won't believe how this bike rider twists and turns under a parking ramp. His skillful maneuver is a true test of balance and agility. Check out the giant Audi Q5 Luxury just got massive. See the monster truck slide 180 degrees in a slick intersection. When a blue truck carrying fresh fish tips over, nearby villagers become fish scavengers. See them scramble with bags, collecting fish from the ground like it's a seafood bonanza, all before the cops show up. It's a fish market on wheels. Admire the engine as the car stays put, with its hood open and tires smoking. A breathtaking look at the powerful machinery. A loaded mini truck hits the gas up a hill, lifting its rear wheels. The trailer's weight turns a climb into a dramatic wheelie. Ingenious folks have adapted abandoned railway tracks by mounting train wheels on a truck. Now, they're using it to transport goods smoothly along the old tracks. A grey car, parked at an angle, drives straight down the road. The misalignment makes for a funny and tricky maneuver. A man steps out of his camper and forgets to set the handbrake, causing the camper to roll away on its own. Suddenly, he's sprinting after it with wild flailing arms and a look of panic, turning the chase into a hilarious race against time. A sports car is about to be towed for illegal parking, but the owner leaps onto the tow truck and jumps into his car just in time. See 4 cars attempting a U-turn at the same time in a bizarre lane. The result is a hilarious traffic tangle. A couple rides with 2 huge fish on their motorcycle. Zooming through the green light, his blue pickup lost a rear wheel like it had its own agenda. He slammed on the brakes with all his might, desperately trying to avoid crashing into the traffic jam ahead. But despite his efforts, he still ended up plowing into the cars in front of him. After hitting a fire hydrant, the car is getting an impromptu underbody rinse from a burst hydrant. Trying to bypass the gridlock, the biker veered off onto newly poured concrete. Turns out his chopper's idea of parking was a bit too literal. While parked in front of his house, the car's front tire popped, giving his ride a surprise air-out session.